And there we go. We are officially live once again. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my fellow comic book collaborators. Wherever you are in the world and whatever time of day you're watching this, I always thank you and appreciate it. And since I always do my videos last minute when I decide to do a video, Comic Addiction and right here, right away, welcome. I always make sure that I give people a moment to realize that I have a video, because I got some books that I wasn't even aware of that I want to teach you guys about, so you might be able to find one that you weren't aware of and not pass it by. I did the same with the video that I did the other day, so check that out. It might be a video that most people might not be aware of the significance, and that's a good way to find deals. So as always, I want to let people know that I am selling some of my comics. Not all of them, obviously, but I have some key books that are listed on my website. The link is in the description or in the live chat, so check it out if you want. If you could share it, that'd be perfect. Also, if you have not signed up for the cashback program, make sure you do. It's free to sign up for, and if you spend $25 or more within the first 90 days, you get a $10 cash back. If you click on the link that I provide and you sign up and use it within those first 90 days, I get a one-time referral fee, so it does help my channel out, and it gives you the ability to buy more than comics, because you could use it all over the internet. So please, even again, if you could share it, I would appreciate it. So let me say hello to some of the people that are here, and then we'll get the video camera on and we'll start doing the unboxing. So again, Comic Addiction, you are first. He's one of our moderators. Always good to see you. Aaron1176 says good morning to you. Hope you are well. Manny the Comic Collector, good to see you. Tim and Amanda, welcome back. Good to see you again. Victor, Michael, and everybody that's not in the live chat, welcome. Hopefully you will join into the conversation, because what I do at the end of every video that is live, if you're in the live chat, I will pick one of you randomly to do a live subscriber shout out. You don't even have to be a subscriber, so it pays to join the conversation. People here are very civil, very kind, and that's what I like to see. So Stefan, all the way from Germany, welcome. Ben, good to see you again. Bake the Snake, he says, what's shaking? Well, we're going to find out with an unboxing. So let me post the link one last time, and I will put on the video camera so you can see. And Jay Rucker says, glad you're back and sounding strong. Thank you. Yeah, I'm getting back to some normalcy. Hello, John. So now I'll be able to do videos more frequently. I got a lot of comics that I got to start doing some unboxings. And I just won a Grail yesterday that I've never owned before. Cannot wait to get this book. They shipped it the same day I bought it, so I should be getting it Saturday. I should be able to do a video on Sunday for that one, so stay tuned. But I got, especially the past couple of weeks, I've been able to get some really good books and some decent prices. And that's why I always tell people, make sure you ask for deals, wait for deals. And even if somebody doesn't have a best offer, don't be afraid to contact them, because I did just that on my Grail, and I saved about $400 off the price of what they were asking for. So that should be coming most likely on Sunday or Monday, depending on if I get the book on Saturday like it says. So here's the box. There are 2 comics in this book, in this box. These are books I did not know there were variants of, and considering this character is soon to be in the MCU, at least in a TV show at first, which I think is a great idea, but potentially movies, because they're saying these days that the TV characters are going to interact with the movies and vice versa more often. So fingers crossed. This is definitely 2 books that I wasn't even aware of that I want to share with you, because I look at it this way. Even if only one person here did not know about it, and I helped them learn about it, then to me that's a good thing. So make sure, especially if you've never seen this before, or you appreciate these kind of videos, giving them a thumbs up always helps. Sharing the videos will get other people that are not subscribed to my channel to learn about these books. And as always, I will give the price of what I paid, and I'm looking more future for these. So I probably paid a little bit under what the current rate is for these books. So let me take a look. Alright, so these look pretty darn good. One of these I will be getting graded. They were kind enough to put these in Mylars. I always appreciate that. Always make sure when they add the tape, make sure you take that tape off, but do it very carefully, because the last thing you want to do is bend the comic and cause a color breaking crease. But a lot of times I've seen people forget to take that tape off, then you put it away and it sticks to other books, and next thing you know, you got a problem. Alright, so if you want to make a prediction of what you think these are, by all means, please do. Again, these are Bronze Age variants. So let me show the first one. This is Marvel Spotlight number 29, where Moon Knight has his own series. So this is the second in his first ever series. But this is a 30-cent variant. I did not know these existed. So I'm very happy to have acquired this. This looks to be in pretty darn good condition. The back of the book says Doctor Strange 180, so it's definitely not Doctor Strange 180. I'm going to put this in another bag and board because this one's a little bit bigger and I don't want it to kind of move around. This looks to be in about probably a 7.5 to 8.5 range. But this is the one I really got it for, and I'm sure you probably know at this point. This is Marvel Spotlight number 28. This is his first solo series. Now, he is going to be getting a TV show. Now, it hasn't happened yet, so you never know. Anything can change. Always keep that in mind when you are investing. There are always risks involved, so there are no guarantees. So please keep that in mind when you are getting comics. But as you can see, this is the 30-cent variant. And this book looks really nice. It does look like it has a little minor indent, but I can have that pressed out, so that's no problem at all. I would say this is probably about an 8.0 to an 8.5, maybe a little higher, depending on what the pressing will do. But this book is going to be super hard to get because everybody else is getting the regular version. And again, I didn't even know about this one, so this is definitely a book to seek after if you can find it. So just like Eternals number 1, they did have some 30-cent variants, which means, you know, like you'll see in some of the comics, it'll say still 20 cents or still 25 cents. That's the comic book industry's way of saying we're about to raise the price, because it seems like when they write the still 25 cents on it, usually the next month or the month after, they've raised the price. So I always found that funny. So this was a test market, because this book was originally 25 cents, so they tested it in the market to see, you know, basically the reaction. And obviously at this point we don't see 30-cent comics anymore, so it must have worked. But this is a rarer book, and if you're going to get, especially when most people cannot afford the first appearance of Moon Knight, they're going to go for books like this. Now, most people are going to go for the regular 25-cent cover, which is not a bad book to own, especially if you underpay what its value is. But this is going to be a rarer book, and it only had, just like Eternals, it only had the first 2 issues were the variants. So these are definitely books to consider, and you want to, and these are not like Pence variants or Canadian variants or anything. So these are 2 good books to get. So I paid alone for what this current book is worth, again, depending on the grade, but like I said, this is probably about an 8.0 to an 8.5, could come back higher. I'm not the best at higher grading, but I would love to be wrong and end up being a 9.0 or a 9.2 or something. That'd just make it even more valuable. So these are hot books. These are even hotter because they have the variant. So let me know in the comment section or in the live chat if you've ever seen these before, if you know about them, or if you own them. Let me know what you paid for them. Now, obviously, if I would have known about these years ago, I could have paid a lot less than what I paid for it. But the person was selling these for $450. They did not have a best offer, I don't believe. Don't quote me on that, but I did contact them. They weren't extremely flexible, but I still got it less than what they were trying to sell it for. It's always good to have a little bit of wiggle room. So with shipping and handling, I paid $415.45 for both of these books. Not bad at all, considering, and if they do the TV show right and he ends up eventually getting movies, which a lot of people would love to see, including myself, these books are going to continue to go up. So this is definitely a book. When I send my next 4 comics to PGX to get graded, this will be most likely one of them, the number 28. But like I said, I got a grail coming, a book that I never thought I would get because it got expensive. The price is going down a little bit, and to me, that's the time to pounce. And they're saying it should come Saturday. We'll see what happens. But stay tuned for that. The video will either be on Sunday or Monday. I might do another video before then, so stay tuned tomorrow just in case. And Tim and Amanda said what I basically thought is they didn't even know that there was a 30-cent cover. So that's a good thing. This is why it pays to watch these kind of videos, because you never know. You might come across a comic that you were not aware of, and then all of a sudden you see it on eBay, and most people didn't know there was anything special about it. You can end up getting something at really cheap prices, or going to a yard sale, or checking an antique store, or some other places like comic book shops and, you know, flea markets. You never know. There might be something that somebody just did not know what they had, because a lot of people don't do research. Now, obviously, if you're buying comics just to read them and have the fun of collecting, doesn't really matter. But hey, why spend more money if you don't have to? But knowledge is going to help you get books that some people may not just know about, and you can end up getting some steals or some deals, or at least pay below what it's currently worth. And books like that, they're on the potential rise. You don't want to get books that are already at the top and they're only going to go down unless it's like a major key book and you want to get it for cheaper prices. Because remember, especially when it comes to Golden Age, Silver Age, Bronze Age, and a lesser extent with some Copper Age, those books are going to maintain their value. You're going to see peaks and valleys every time because it depends on current situations of movies, TV shows, and things like that. But certain books are just never going to drop down back to the dollar bin. It's just not going to happen. And unless they totally screw Moonlight TV shows over, or it doesn't happen, those books potentially have more upward trend value than a downward trend. But since it's basically been a couple of months since the announcement, and there aren't any previews or teasers or anything like that, there's that lull in between. So when you want to buy a book, one of those hot books out there, and I don't consider these flavor of the month, I consider that only for newer books. If you don't get it beforehand, or the moment there's an announcement, wait a couple of weeks to a couple of months, because there'll be that dead lull time that no one will be thinking about that particular book, because there'll be so many others out there that people will just out of sight, out of mind. That's the best time to pick them up if you didn't get them right away, or you didn't get them before the announcement. You know, obviously I'm sure there's people out there that got these for way cheaper than I did, but if you got them before the announcement, that's why. But I'm sure as soon as there was an announcement, that book was probably a lot higher, and now that a couple of weeks and months have gone by, you get that stagnation and you see a little bit of a downcline. That's where most people are afraid to buy books. But if you know anything about investing, you do want to see some ups and downs that keeps the market healthy. If something continually goes straight up and up and up, you got to be careful, because, you know, what goes up will go down. But the good thing is, a lot of times when things go down, they can go back up again, so it does go both ways. So, thank you very much for this. I hope you learned something new from this comic. I got more videos coming, so please stick around. Give it a thumbs up. I always appreciate the support. But before I go, let me do today's surprise subscriber shout out. If you want one, all you have to do is be a subscriber. But when it comes to the live show, you don't even have to be a subscriber. But I would appreciate it if you did. So today's surprise subscriber shout out is C3 Comics. Thank you very much for watching. Everybody that's here, I always appreciate it. I'm going to start getting back to some normalcy, so you're going to see some more videos more frequently. A lot of people unsubscribed and stopped watching because of my move and having to sell some books. Now, just to let everybody know, I wasn't selling books because I just have nothing better to do and hate comics. You know, I'm doing it to live. So some of people that are here understand that. Some people don't. I can't worry about those people. So to those who unsubscribe, maybe you'll come back. If not, thank you for the time for being here. Hopefully you'll enjoy the videos from here on out. For those of you who stuck around through everything, this has been an interesting year. I thank you so much for your patience and understanding. I'm going to get back, like I said, to some normalcy, and I got a lot of books I want to show. There's plenty of boxes that I haven't even had the chance to unbox yet, and there's some key issues in there. Because you guys know me, I like to get the key issues, because that's just something that makes me happy. And if you collect something that makes you happy, doesn't matter what anybody else thinks or says, doesn't matter if it's the greatest book in the world, as long as it's the greatest book in the world to you. So thanks for watching, everybody. Give the shout out a shout out, and do not forget, it is not you, it is not I, it is We Love Comics. Thank you as always. Have a safe day, and I will see you next video. Good night, everybody.